Alright everybody, welcome to Pray Volt's YouTube channel here. We have this nice unit here that is going out to New York to a nice lady named Carrie who's been very patient in waiting to get this unit. We've had some delays around here. We're pretty swamped with work. Just to give you an idea, it's kind of messy around here, but we have 2 left on the table to build out for other customers. We got another one down there in the tub, and then we got a few more coming. So just so you know, we're like extremely busy with these. The demand is incredible right now. So we need to get your core back in good condition in order to be able to continue helping people. So keep that in mind, all right? So let's go over the numbers. So the core serial number, the coil serial number is 1066235. The gearbox serial number is 001646, which is easily visible right there. And then the Pray Volt serial number is 3864OSG. All right. So now that we got the documentation stuff out of the way, you can clearly see it's here running. We have Mr. Heater on it. It's been up to about 180 degrees, which is pretty close to the max it's going to see in the bus on a hot summer day, idling around in traffic. We have this shielding around it so that we can get the air coming all the way around, and we can feel the hot air blasting out of it on this side. All right. The noise you hear is because it's not loaded. As you can see, when I load it up a little bit, the noise fades. All right. It's just trembling in the gear train because it's not loaded. All right. Now, we're running on high speed right there, but let's go ahead and switch it to low speed. I'm sorry, we're actually already in low speed. So let's go ahead and switch it to high speed now, and you'll see the high speed clutch close right here. If you keep an eye on that gap right there, you'll see it close. There you go. Now we are on high speed. Now let's go to stop. There's the all-important stop that a lot of these things don't get to do. All right, when they start failing, that is a big failure point. All right, and then your engine will be overcooling, especially in cool weather. All right, and you got after treatment system problems. You got all kinds of stuff that comes along with that overcooling, which people don't realize these units are doing. Another thing is leakage. They're ruining the gearboxes because they're growing a dirt beard all on the outside of them, and then the gear train slowly gets worn out. So it's a really good idea to check for any kind of dirt buildup around on the outside, especially like around the output shaft or around the coil connector down there. If you see leakage, just get it rebuilt. That way we can save it and really prolong the life of this unit in your coach. We know that these things are a problem, so if we get them on a PM cycle with you guys, that would be a great thing to do for the future of your coaches, and prevent you from having these issues. Also, save you the wait time in the future. So the core you send back, we could actually rebuild that one, turn it around, and get it back to you. And then when you change it out, then you would just send us a core. And we can work it out so that we don't have to charge the core fee, but we can talk about that at a later time. So let's go ahead and go to low speed now. So I'm going to flip the switch down, and you will see our output begin to spin again. And I'll go to off, and back on. And here's a nice clean engagement and disengagement. And then from low speed, we'll go to high speed, so as not to shock the unit. There's high, there's high, there's high. And our plates are all resurfaced, perfectly flat, so that we get a nice new break-in of the plates to each other, so we get a long life out of them and not a lot of dust that's going to harm your bearings and the clutch components. This wire you see coming out is a thermocouple. It's constantly monitoring the temperature, which we're getting ready to turn off the heater and slowly cool the unit down. We slowly warm it up, and then we slowly cool it down so as not to shock it. All right. Now what we're going to do is switch gears here. So we're going to shut that off, and we got the output stopped. And then we're going to go ahead and turn the power off. Now doing that allows us to get an ohm reading. So let's go ahead and get an ohm reading here. So hot resistance is going to be a little bit higher than cold because it's a little harder to get electricity through a wire when it's hotter. All right, so that's a good number. It's fairly stable. That's what we're looking for. Now let's go ahead and switch. So we're going to switch over here to our low speed. That was our high speed we were looking at there. Kind of hard to do looking through the phone. And about 45 ohms is pretty good. And right here on the power supply, when we turn it back on, let's go ahead and turn off the ohm reading, switch the power back on, and go back to low speed. Okay, and on low speed, you see we're pulling about 0.6 of an amp and about 16 watts. We're running at 27 volts. All right, so you got voltage, amperage, wattage displayed right there for your viewing pleasure. All right, now let's go ahead and switch it to high speed and you'll see those numbers change. Okay, so the draw obviously went up, 1.593, almost 1.6, and 43 watts. So that's in our high speed. Okay, so you can clearly see that this is a good working unit. We just have a couple other things we would like to show real fast. So let's go ahead and switch it to low speed so it'll be a little bit quieter. And we're gonna go ahead and shut the heater down. Shut the gas off first. Okay, so now the flame should be out. Yep. Okay, and so we're gonna let that cool down. And we have our tachometer right here. So let's see how much RPM we're actually running on our pulley. We add this pulley onto the front just for testing purposes. We should be running about 870 or so is what I normally see. There we go, 874. It's an optical tachometer, so it's not exactly the most accurate, but you gotta get the angle right with the little sticker that you can see flipping by right there. All right, so you can clearly see we're introducing RPM, we're introducing heat, we are also introducing vibration. That's why I got the belt a little bit slack. So we're introducing all the things that you would see on the bus. This unit would go through these things. All right, so we take a look underneath, take a look at all the gasket areas, and we can clearly see that she's in good shape. Okay, there's no leakage of any kind. Nowhere under this, nowhere, anywhere around it. Everything's good. And then let's disconnect the clutch connector. And you can see we're using the same connector that you would find on the bus. And also, you can see that connector is in good shape. And there's our coil information sticker right there. You can read that from there, but you've already gotten the serial number written down. Alright, let's take a look at it from the other side. It's really common that mechanics crack these when they put the units facing down. So we put a rubber sleeve on here to protect it for you in shipping. We just ask that you transfer that rubber sleeve over and package your core the same way we've packaged your new unit. Alright? So we're going to drain the oil, but in the box you're going to get this bottle of very special red line oil. It's a full synthetic that's great for high temperature and high load and shock. It's the optimal oil for these units. We've done a lot of testing to figure out what would be the best, and we have found it. So we're going to pass that on to you guys with it. Don't overfill it, don't underfill it. You can see it's a good, clean working unit. And so we're going to go ahead and box it up and ship it out to you. Now it is going to come to you in a crate that looks like that. So just when you take it apart, just align this mark and all the screws will go right back in where they need to go. All right. Also with that, it's molded foam in there that fits around it nicely. So you just drop your other unit in when you put the rubber sleeve on the bottom. And that'll be in the email. I'll send you a picture of that. All right. But there it is. Going to package it up as soon as it cools down a bit, which you can see we're slowly cooling as we've been recording this video. Once again, there's the numbers, and we're shipping this out to Kerry in New York. I believe it's Niagara Scenic Tours. So we just want to say thank you to them for being patient, for waiting, and we're getting you a good unit, and we hope to do business with you in the future and be more timely about it. We're really sorry about the delay, but you're getting a top quality unit from us, and I'm sure that once you install it and run it on the bus, you'll share that idea with us as well. And thanks again for watching. Thanks for purchasing. Have a great day.